Okay, yesterday I was driving home from school and there was this car accident, a two-car crash, but four people were injured. But to top it off, one person exploded. You know what that's like? You have some car that drove into a person and the person just like blew up from the impact. So there's like intestines and blood all over the place. So being the morbid person that I am, I took pictures just for you guys. Otherwise I wouldn't have. I'm not that sick, alright? But here are some photos of the car crash. There was a Mercedes with this front like totally missing. The hood was like swung off its hinge. And then you have this Acura MDX that drove into a lamp post. A light signal post. And then there was a person that was standing right next to the post. Yeah, that's the person that got smashed. If you look really closely at the images, hopefully you can see it. But there's like little pieces of flesh and liquid on the post, on the car hood, and on the floor. So I did not, unfortunately, get to take a photo of the head or any missing or any blown off body parts. Just to give you an idea of what the person was wearing, the shoes were still there, okay? No clothes were there. They just left their shoes there. The authorities, they just left their shoes there. Coach shoes, all right? They were women's Coach shoes, and they're like sitting there. I took this somewhat, I know it's kind of sick, right? But I took this kind of like a poetic photograph of it. Because you know, people like these situations. These are the best kinds of situations you can have for a photographer. If you're a photographer, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? You can turn almost any situation into a poetic photograph. Oh, or something that has a lot of emotion to it, you know? They did that at 9/11. All these people are taking snapshots of people screaming and crying and people covered in dust. Alright? I mean, you tell me what's more sick. You taking pictures of intestines on a car or taking people that are crying and screaming, huh? You take pictures of people that are crying and screaming, I think that's more grotesque, alright? The person is already dead in this situation. There's no dead body. It's just the innards of the person and their Coach shoes. So, and then today I came home from school. And then, okay, the street that this happened on, the max speed is 40 miles per hour. And then, now they have one of those speed calculating things, you know, those machines that say, your speed is... I mean, what's the point of that? I have the same exact thing on my dashboard! My dashboard speedometer tells me how fast I'm going. I don't need a sign on the exterior of my car to tell me how fast my speed is. And then, to top that off, there's two cops, Harley Davidsons. Two, not just one. Two on the corner, sitting there, waiting for some guy to speed by, or waiting for some guy to not let a pedestrian go. Why do we get all scared and riled up right after something happens, like a death? Huh? Does that always have to happen? Does a death have to happen before we actually do something about the situation? Huh? And then the limit on the machine, it says to go no faster than 25 miles an hour. Even though the speed limit on the street is 40. Does that make any sense? Oh my god. I mean, if no one died, no one would give a crap, okay? No one would care about that corner on that street. Now you have two cop cars and a machine right there. You know, it's so retarded. And then what's gonna happen tomorrow? Nothing! Right? The cops are not gonna be there. It's just for one day to scare people. So I was taking photos. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm just standing there. I'm not asking questions. I'm not making a big noise or anything. And then guess what? You know, this is why I hate cops, alright? They're always nosy. Shit. So I'm standing there taking photos with my camera, and then some cop comes up to me and says, hey, why are you taking pictures? You know, why the fuck do you ask dumb questions? Why? Why do they have to ask these dumb questions? It's like saying to your parents, why did you guys fuck? Holy shit. No one asked those kind of questions. I want to take pictures, alright? Jesus Christ. I mean, of course, okay, I didn't say anything to the cop. Why? Because if I did, I would give up my amendment right. Correct? Isn't that correct? You give up your right to remain silent once you start talking to a cop. Of course, they don't read your Miranda rights until they arrest you or put cuffs on you. That's when they say you have the right to remain silent. By that time, it's too late. Of course, most people don't know that. So I just stood there, I just said, and I didn't say anything. And he asked me, oh, I'm just curious why you're taking pictures. You know that over there? That's parts of someone's body. Oh my God. Like, I didn't know that. So I nodded. I was like, yeah, and then he's like, yeah, uh-huh. And then he walks away. Why? Because I didn't say anything to him. Shit. Try to get me to talk, and if I say the wrong thing, which usually everything is the wrong thing to a cop, okay, then he'll probably try to confiscate this. Oh, God. What am I going to say? I'm going to post these pictures on the internet? I get a kick out of dead people's intestines? No! You can't say any of that! You can't even tell them to go fuck off. And then guess what? They blocked off like 1 block from the intersection, like the diameter, okay? They block off 1 block. And then some guy tries to cut into that section that was blocked off. And then some cop, walking on foot, okay? Not on a motorcycle, not in a police car. He's just there on foot. And then he yells at the guy in the car, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I said don't come in here. And the guy in the car swears at the cop. He says, ah, shut up, you fucking asshole. And he turns back around. Do you see what that means? It means that a cop without a car or any kind of transportation that cannot chase after you, people will disobey the cop, okay? They don't care, alright? You're on foot, and all the cops in that area, there's like 3 or 4 cop cars, they're all busy, alright? Probably every cop from that district is all busy. What are you gonna do, call someone else? Oh, that guy swore at me, I want you to go after him. Fuck you guys.